Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC but do everything DIY. And today we have an emergency service call for an AAON split system heat pump. Thank you to everyone tuning in to Jumperman Tech. We actually have the power off. Our issue here is a water leak, but I wanted to show you guys this control panel. We worked on something like this before, and look, this one you could actually open up. What is this? Some kind of headphone jack? Somebody just gave me an early Christmas present or what? All right, anyways, power's off. Just like looking at that kind of stuff. So right here, this is a water-cooled system, right? So this is connected with the cooling tower. So they have water entering here, right? A bunch of actuators, Lima actuators. Anyways, there's a water loop here, but then there's a water loop there, and that's gonna be most likely. Can we see where that's coming? Oh, it's coming from the same space. So somehow they're using the hot water there, and there's a separate coil for heat. Anyways, they're doing construction on this floor. And there's a bunch of water, and it's seeping through the other side of the wall and damaging their stuff. I can see the leak. It's actually right here. Let's see if we can see it. See that drip? Right there. We gotta open up this insulation a little bit and see what we could do about that. Oh, I see right there a 2. This is 2-inch pipe. All right, this might be a better area to get in. Let me straight down the middle, pull this out to where maybe I could actually put this back. Oh, that's right. It is a union, and that's hot water. All right, let me see something. I'm just gonna open this up. Let me see what they got here. It looks like this is all copper. Okay, let's open this up a little, just so we can see it a little better. This actually just might need to be tightened down, guys. You telling me we got an easy one on a Friday? I don't believe it. This building must have watched my last video where I did all that big pipe work, and they're like, you know what? We can call this guy to fix a leak, not just fix our AC problems, even though this is like for the AC. Why isn't this opening? Come on. Okay, let's get that off. I go around and I slid it through, so if I really wanted to, I could just put this right back. All right, you don't have much space to work with here. If I had to rebuild it, I'll have to rebuild it here. And there's probably no space for that either. So let's try to just get this going. Let's see, water comes in here. Close this. I should close everything there. Let's close this just because. And then that loop. These actuators are probably closed too. But you know what? I'm closing everything, man. This whole supply. So that's the riser, that huge pipe. I'm closing everything. Let's not have water going through here. Power's already off for the unit, so we're good. There's a valve here to cut off. You know, I'm just gonna cut that off for now, before I mess with it. Let me see. I think I could just tighten that union, guys. This might be an easy job, and I hope so. You know what? Let's look at this closely. See how it's on the right side? It looks like it's actually leaking from the joint and not the union itself. The union here is dry. Looks like it's leaking just right here. Tell me there's a hole in there, man. Okay. Well, there goes our easy day. Trying to look at this, and you know what? I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's actually not leaking. It's not leaking from the union. It's the fitting. Looks like there's a little hole in there or something. It's not leaking from the union itself. The union's good. Boy, oh boy. You can try to patch it, but honestly, that is probably gonna be difficult. Oh, what a mess. I'm cutting this out. Let me see what I see. Is there anything we can do? We might need to go to supply house. I don't have these kind of fittings. Everything is so tight. All right. How great. Let's take this out. Let's see what we can do. Everything is so tight. Wow. I just ripped off whatever insulation is here. We could try to like solder it and hit it as like the best case scenario. Or maybe we could attempt to rebuild like this section here. Thing is, it's not much space here. I wonder what kind of space I have inside the unit. Or do I have enough straight pipe here to use a bender for this 2-inch pipe? That's kind of crazy. Or I might need to rebuild this. I ain't trying to solder or brace, to be all honest with you. But we might need to try to attempt that. I think there's gonna be water sitting in there. We're gonna have to disconnect this. Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Let's open it. Careful, alright?
Okay. Okay.
Let's let that leak out. There's a floor drain here. There's water everywhere anyways. So that should drain this loop. Is there anywhere else to drain this? No. Let me see something. I can't even open this. I'm not messing with that coil. I am not messing with that coil. Jesus. Alright, we're gonna try to empty out this line. Also gotta make sure this is like open, because oh, you see this one? You can manually open it. See if I go this way, you get more water there. Doubt that's open, so let's spin this all open. And then there's a locking button here. Trying to close up. Right there. Press this little button. It stays open. And we could do the same for here. Let's see if we get more water. Okay. Press it there. It's going back. This thing doesn't lock. Right there, it locked. So that should be both open now. Let's let this thing leak out. All right, I got some pipe wrenches here. Let's see if we can loosen this. Right there. Just loosen that up. Might introduce air into the system and let that leak out a little faster. But right there, air's coming out. Watch your feet. Now it's fully draining. Let's get all this water out of here. If I could patch it, I will. I honestly don't want to rebuild this. There's solder here, and then there's braze here. So let's see what we could do. If we could do a patch job, we'll do a patch job. All right, just pull that union off. Push this, the last of the water. I'm pushing the pipe back. Let's get the rest of this water out. I would love to take out the union and try to redo it, but I might have to hit it that way. But we need this water out because you can't solder anything like this. Let me take this off. Let's see what kind of space we're working with. Is there anything we can do to get some more space? Is there or is there not? This is all in a really tight spot. There's a little bit of space here, but the problem is this is gonna have to get unsoldered if I do choose to rebuild that. But you know what's crazy is that I have a male pipe adapter that can go in here. And this almost lines up perfectly. And then I could use this. This is a no-slip coupling. Something like that. And press it. Because I don't know if we're going to be able to solder this. Thing is, we got to really try to get in there. It might be worth a try. But that fitting doesn't look good anymore. I got to figure something out. That is the true problem. I can't tell where this leak is actually coming. I can't actually see it. Where is it seeping through from? Like if you see part of the brass is actually green there. And I drew black around with marking to see like where exactly this was coming from. Look, the water keeps coming, man. I would love to press it, but I would have to cut this out, unsolder this part of the union. It might be a little bit of a mess to try to get this all to fit, because even this is tight. Are we gonna be able to fit the no-slip coupling? Might be worth trying to hit with the torch. That fixes it, great. If not, this has to be rebuilt. Yeah, I don't want to cut into things and get rid of this connection at the unit. What I'm going to try to do, we get the water out of here. But anyways, what I want to try to do is just resolder that area. It would be better just to redo the whole thing. But I don't know. Let's just try to patch it. See if that does anything. If it doesn't, this whole thing is going to be taken apart. Sand it down. I got flux, soldering paste, and 95.5 solder. We'll see. The thing is, you got to do this basically blind it upside down so we don't burn this thing. You know what? Let's take off this actuator. There's a screw here. I gotta be sure to put everything back the same way we took it off. And that pretty much goes for everything. Let's make sure this comes off. And it does. So I'm gonna put that more like here. Alright. That's better. So we're not gonna melt anything. I sanded it down, put some soldering paste on the bottom and try to redo it, but this honestly might mess up the whole fitting. You're gonna try to get that part and you're gonna mess up the whole fitting. I want to put flux around in case anyone wants to seep in, but we're just gonna try to redo this. Try to patch it as is. I've done this before and it has worked, but I really don't know about this situation. It's worth a shot. Problem is this thing is in a place I can't see it. I can't pinpoint it. Smoke alarms are off. I got a double here, double torch. And that's gonna heat this up pretty fast. I don't know, let's do the impossible. Just doing this upside down is a little crazy. Do this too fast. Like more of a controlled burn when it comes to soldering. And you want to heat up the fitting, not the pipe itself. Water's coming out of there. Come on. Oh, some solder starting to melt. Chris, is it melting? Look at the solder. Is it melting? Yes, it is. Alright, let's let this cool off a little bit. And let's put this back together. This could have caused a bigger leak in itself, but might as well try this first before we start ripping this thing apart. Alright, this is lined up. Let's make sure it's not cross-threaded. It's not. Try it like this first, and the final tight end I will use 2 pipe wrenches to hold back. Still water in here, man. I don't know if this is gonna work. If it does, that would be fantastic. If not, I'll try to rebuild this section. If not, I gotta do more than that. So we'll see. Wish it was braze and not solder. Pipe wrench. Let's see, that needs to go down. So this goes this way. Okay. That's cool. Let's open some water. Get ready, Chris. You might get splashed in the face. Some water's filling. Chris, let's open the valves. Over there, some valves. Oh, close that. Yep. Close that. Yeah. And open everything right there and on the other side. Yep. A little bit of a leak. Draining it one last time. It might be worth trying to hit it one last time. If not, this whole area gotta go, man. Alright guys, try number 2. Is it gonna work? I don't know, but it's worth a shot. Water gotta come out of here. Chris, pull this pipe back a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. There's water coming out of there. Keep this all up, get this out of here. Water will screw up this whole job. Take a look at that. Gotta see what that looks like. It's gonna heat a little bit. You don't want this thing to keep melting. Alright guys, let's try to tighten this up. It looks a little bit better. Let's see what we could do. It's like loose, tight, loose, but it's the joint that's leaking. Alright, I just tightened up this union. Come on. Definitely want to wipe the excess. Chris, open the valve. Gotcha. Crack that one just a little bit, okay? Will do. You'll hear like a loud noise. Yeah. That's just the water rushing through. Go ahead. Okay. Pipe is there. Last time it leaked right away. Don't freaking tell me we got it, man. Open the other one, Chris. Alright. Alright. All the way open both. Yep. It is? Yes. Oh man, I don't see a leak here. Good. Alright, let's see. Let's let this thing stay for a little bit. That would be amazing. Alright guys, it has been about 10 minutes. It's looking good. Let's put this actuator back. That's where it fully lines up. Right there. That's where it was. Let's tighten it down. I have them in the open position, so I'm gonna have to release that. But right now I want water flowing, and you got to keep an eye on this, especially when you do hot work. Make sure nothing else catches on fire, and then we can open everything back using this key and leave it unlocked so it works off whatever power system that they have. All right. Oh man, that's amazing. Let's mop up. This unit's not even being used right now, but water was leaking and making through the other side, and the contractor was like, what the heck? Where's that water coming through? I mean, this whole place is under construction right now. Serious job. All right guys, it's been a good half hour, and this thing is dry and no longer leaking. That right there, you already know. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, as far as this is like a little locking thing. So it's actually going to close. There's got to be a spring return. Do the same on this. Alright guys, everything's back to normal. It's been almost an hour already. We kept an eye on this. There's no leaks. We mopped the floor. It's still wet a little bit, but it will dry off. But it looks like everything is good to go. All the valves are open. We're all safe. Everything's cleaned up. And that seems to be it with this one. It was lucky for them and lucky for us that this was more of a simple repair, because these fittings are expensive. I would have rebuilt that whole little area. and that would have got really expensive. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. And I'll catch you all next time.